What would you do if you had millions of dollars to invest in art, and what did Masha and Robin Williams do when they had millions to invest in art? Let's find out.
After I made Mrs. Doubtfire, I went, oh, I think I want to live with one of her pieces for a while. She wasn't available to come and install it.
She wasn't available to install it. Imagine buying a new Mercedes, but upon arrival they inform you that they were not available to build it for you. $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, and you install it yourself. Service, you know, customer service, that's how you do it.
2 years later, I asked if I could take her up there to see it, and she didn't want me to move any of it. So that was great.
Yeah, of course. Of course she didn't want you to move any of it. I mean, how rude would that be? You're an artist. You sell something for 600K. You don't go and install it because, I mean, you have better things to do with your time. And then you would say, I'm sorry, but you did it all wrong. You installed my work the wrong way. Please do it again. I mean, that would be insane.
There was a little gallery in San Francisco on Fillmore Street called Primitivo. You know, it was sort of a way we could buy pieces that we liked and spend just a little bit of money and...
Just a little bit of money, 200K. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, I'm allergic to being born rich. Now the next part of this video is going to blow your mind, because I don't think I've ever seen a more outrageous gift from a parent to a child than what you're about to see.
I wanted to get a hold of Debbie Butterfield to find out if I could have her do 3 horses, one for each of my kids, for our ranch up in Napa.
Yeah, why not? You know, like tiny little horses as a gift for each of my children, a gift of $280,000. I mean, what a birthday gift. Instead of riding a tiny horse next to the supermarket McDonald's that somebody pays 50 cents for, they are riding $280,000 horses. Crazy stuff. This is Deborah Butterfield, by the way. I did not have to Google the name of the artist. Shut the fuck up. Let's quickly check out her sculptures. Boom, 55K, 150, 355, 273,000 euros. Hammer price, $180,000, including buyer's premium, $225,000. Collection of Masha and Robin Williams. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm watching. Logically. Let's watch it further.
She came up to the ranch and walked around. She went back to Montana, got her truck, picked up downed wood from all over the ranch and took it back to Montana and started building.
Picked up downed wood, whatever that means, from the ranch. The collector had to provide the wood. If you only want to pay $280,000, you better provide your own fucking wood, you know?
Picking out one toy doesn't tell you anything about dad. Picking out one art piece wouldn't have told you anything about mom's taste. It's just one piece of a much larger puzzle.
So this is Sam Francis. These artworks look amazing. They look gorgeous, even though they're painted in mid 20th century and they're very modern still, but they're not really complex, you know? This is extremely easy to make. If I would make this, it would probably take me 20 minutes or something. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make them in my studio upstairs and show you how long it takes to make something like this. By the way, I absolutely understand why he was making this. Making it, looking at the colors constantly is extremely meaningful, extremely pleasant, extremely meditative. Not hard to make, but really nice to look at. How long did it take me to make something like this? Taking everything into account, perhaps a couple of hours. And so the question I'm asking myself, why does somebody charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for something like this? It's almost like the artists are the infrastructure of a huge money laundering scam, which wouldn't come as a surprise considering that San Francis's name rearranged spells infra scams. As much as I like these, it doesn't have that wow effect that art should have. And so I have a solution for this. We are going to upgrade these San Francis paintings and make them better. But before we do that, let's go back to Robin Williams' art collection. So this is San Francis, pretty cool artwork. This probably goes for around, I don't know, 50,000. Let's find out, let's take a look. $86,000 for watercolor and gouache, that's insane. And this looks very similar to what we saw there, 18,000. This is 46,000. Apparently his watercolor is actually more expensive than his acrylic paintings, which is very strange, very rare. This one over here, $50,000. Now from an investment perspective, this is not necessarily the most insane thing that you will see. If you look from 2000 to 2022, this approximately remained the same actually. So in terms of investment, good store of value perhaps.
Would have told you anything about mom's taste.
So this Banksy here, that's pretty sick. Let's check out the price curve. So I found the auction results of this particular Banksy, Choose Your Weapon, a screen print in colors. The last price, including buyer's premium, was $68,000. And if you look at the price graph, we see some kind of increase in value over time, something like a $30,000 increase. That's a doubling of your investment in around 10 years. With a screen print, these are not original artworks, you know, these are not one-of-a-kind type of thing. Now the next part of this video is crazy. Apparently Robin and Masha Williams accidentally bought one of the most expensive outsider artworks ever for peanuts.
The Wolfli, which is an outrageously amazing piece. I wanted to get a little simple present for Robin and fell in love with that.
A little simple present for Robin of $200,000. Let's take a look at Adolf Wolfli. If this is what they invested in early on, at the beginning of their career, they might have made a really powerful purchase. Let's find out. Wow. At that moment that they sold it, this artwork was estimated before the auction or right after the auction, I don't know, estimated at around $150,000 to $200,000. At this very moment, we are talking about price including buyer's premium, $795,000. That is just a couple of years later. You know, when is this video uploaded? 2018. We are now 2022. I mean, that's insane. But it's not even a painting, it's actually a drawing, a graphite drawing for more than $500,000. They had the most expensive Adolf Wolfli, one of the most famous outsider artists, as one of their first small little tiny purchases. Crazy stuff.
It was a big deal for me at the time. I mean, I'd never spent that kind of money on art.
No shit, that's $200K.
I never really aspired to be an artist. I liked to think of art as how I lived my life. I wanted to work with people that I enjoyed what they did, and I wanted to give them an opportunity to create something.
So this is interesting. She wanted to work with people that she cared about, that she believed in, that she liked the artworks from. This is the mindset of a lot of collectors, and this is a beautiful way of collecting actually. Ezra Pound once said, if a patron buys from an artist who needs money, the patron then makes himself equal to the artist. He's building art into the world he creates. And so I think Masha understands this beautifully, and through collecting, she transforms the meaning of her money, and she transforms herself somewhat into an artist as well. And so this is a beautiful way to look at it. By the way, I hope you like this money counter thing, because that alone took me 5 hours to edit. What the fuck am I doing with my life? I should absolutely outsource these things. Now before we go on to the best part of this video, I want to give credits to the original video posted on Sotheby's channel. Check it out, they're the real deal when it comes to art collections. Link is in the description.
Robin loved all primates, always. So the monkey chair, yeah, that's a special one.
So this is good. This is good. You love monkeys. You love primates. So what do? You buy a primate chair. That's the way to do it. Coming from the heart. I really like this. $20,000 for monkey armchair. Next up, we'll learn how Robin and Masha made millions on just one artwork by using one of the most complex collector strategies ever, called being fucking lucky. But before we do that, let me show what I did with the Sam Francis painting. Now I'm sure that a lot of you will hate it and will think that I ruined the painting completely. If so, write it down in the comment sections. I don't give a fuck. So here's what I did. I added tiny little boats to this abstract landscape to give it a poetic touch. And if you look really close to the right, really close, you can see the area of where my art degree would have been, but yeah. Now I didn't just make one Sam Francis painting. I made sure I became an expert in Sam Francis paintings and spent the whole week making Sam Francis paintings. just to entertain you for about 20 seconds earlier in this video. And also because apparently I don't have better things to do with my time than to make stains on paper. These are just a couple of them. Now there's one thing that you can do for me. Press the fucking like button.
With Zach, I think Robin played the most with the little tiny figurines. We would set up these kind of terrains out of blankets and pillows and things on the floor, and I would see something like the Wahlburger.
This is a really nice way to collect. So what do you do if you have time with your children? If this is something that you love, if this is something that represents who you are, instead of taking a picture, putting it in a photo album and then never watch it again, what do you do? Well, you buy something from Johan Wolfberger, Executive Vice President of Louis Vuitton. Delphine Arnault said it beautifully. I think an art collection is a lot like a diary. Your taste evolves with time. I try to never sell anything because it's part of my journey. And I believe this is an amazing way to look at art collecting. If you can transform every object in your house, every object in your garden into a diary entry, you've not only won in life, but you've also transformed your house into the most amazing living space that you can imagine.
At some point when my kids got to a certain age, I had decided that I was going to get them art that I thought they could relate to. And so I checked out street art, and one of them was Banksy. I started buying them as gifts for my family.
7-year-olds just love this shit. Take a Banksy for example, and then you just cut it all up into tiny little chunks of canvas, tiny little chunks of pieces of Banksy, cut, and then you end up with a tiny little $1 million helicopter puzzle. Why not a $500,000 gift for your child? I mean, if you have it, I can imagine that this is pretty insane. Let's go to Banksy. What do we see here? I mean, pieces for 10 million, 5 million, 18 million, and this one over here, wow. The Happy Choppers piece was estimated at $400,000 to $600,000 and was estimated again in March 2022 for something in between 3.5 to 5.9 thousand euro. 5.9 million euro, of course. 5.9 million. If you've bought that piece in 2018, in 4 years time, that went from $500,000 to 6 million. Mind-blowing. $500,000 to 6 million. I mean, these are insane numbers. Insane in this context refers to vary and is a denotement of the quantity of money that's being used to purchase a painting of this caliber. You could even say that insane in this context is used as a tool to accentuate a part of my rhetoric. Language lesson, you're welcome. Let's proceed with the video.
So the Happy Choppers Banksy was an early Banksy piece that I bought for Robin as a gift because it's, you know, it's helicopter.
And again, this is the way to collect. You love helicopters. You collect helicopters of $100. And then if you have the money, you collect helicopters of $500,000.
Buy what you love and want to live with. That's it. I mean, I bought what I fell in love with.
Buy what you love and want to live with. Beautiful advice. Not as beautiful as, let's say, this video of Leonardo DiCaprio's art collection. That said, get the hell out of here.